I think that all gold holders and all Bitcoin holders agree on sound money principles, and the real debate is which is the best monetary system in order to pursue the ideals of sound money. So I think we start with some basic ideas. First of all, human civilization rises through channeling energy. We invented fire, that's capturing chemical energy. Then we build our cities next to rivers, we're capturing water, and we're channeling gravitational energy. The aqueducts were critical to the Roman civilization. When we compress air in a canister, we're channeling pressure. Electric systems and batteries are channeling energy. Lasers are channeling photons. If we want to better the human condition, we need to be able to capture, store, and channel that energy. Money is energy. Money is a store of value, and it's also a technology that allows us to trade that energy over time and space. So if we look at the history of money, we've gone from commodity money to coinage of those commodities, to notes represented by that money, to fiat currency, and now we have cryptography as a basis of money. Now, sometimes gold advocates say that gold is the ideal money. Well, really, the ideal money, if God came down and God waved his or her hand and created the ideal money, it would be based upon Luca Pacioli's modern accounting principles of double entry accounting. And if you had godlike power and you could implement a double entry ledger like Pacioli introduced in 1494, and perhaps you could define 21 million units that are infinitely subdividable, trillions and trillions of times each. You could maintain that in magic space, and then you could settle everybody's trades instantly everywhere on Earth, everywhere in the universe, in a fair and equitable fashion. That would be a good money. We could call that God coin. And God coin is like perfect instant transactions, never losing any information. Well, the next best thing that we've invented as humans is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's the most efficient monetary system we've yet to implement successfully. It's 21 quadrillion Satoshis, 350,000 transactions a day. It costs about 10 basis points of the monetary network to clear those transactions and to secure the network. And it stores the value and provides security to everybody on the network effectively for free after those transaction fees. Bitcoin's the most disruptive force in the century. In 12 years, it grew to $1 trillion in monetary value. That beats Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, and the like. That's the market sending us a message. It's the next chapter in the mobile wave. We digitized our photos, we digitized our videos. Now we're going to digitize our money, and our currency and assets are going to flow to billions of people. Money is collapsing. We've got a massive inflation problem. We're losing 1% of our value in currencies every single month. Humanity without an effective, strong money is like a type 1 diabetic without insulin. You can't store energy, you can't create fat, you're going to starve to death. Without delivering effective money to the human race, everybody's going to either economically freeze or starve to death. Violence and misery are going to follow. Gold's not a solution. It's not practical to distribute gold in small quantities to 5 billion people. Bitcoin is a solution. It is spreading at more than 200% a year. We're adding 3 million users a week. It's accelerating. If I wanted to give knowledge, music, and money to the world, in the 19th century, you did it with books, pianos, and gold. They're now antiques for the elite. In the 21st century, you're going to use the internet platform and Bitcoin, and you're going to provide iBooks and Google and YouTube. You're going to provide Apple Music and Amazon Music and Spotify to everybody, and you're going to provide Bitcoin as an asset for everybody. Gold used to be the best solution. It isn't anymore. The time has come to pass the torch from gold to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's humanity's first effective engineered monetary system. It's as profound as our rail networks, our road networks, our electrical networks, our telephone networks, and the internet. Bitcoin can and will deliver the virtues of strong money the gold idealists have long hoped for.
Now, comparing it to Bitcoin, yes, Michael's right, Bitcoin's supply is capped, but there's still a supply of 3 to 4% inflation a year, which is obviously declining over a period of time. But I see a lot of risks in Bitcoin before you reach that zero inflation rate. So I see both gold and Bitcoin have inflation rates and supply, and you can argue that both supplies are declining. So I asked Michael, as the gold price continues to go up, where is all this extra gold going to come from? Now, I've heard you talk about asteroids. I've heard you talk about some new alchemy process. And if you seriously believe that, bring it on. But I suggest you don't go there, because that just doesn't make any sense. The fact of the matter is that for both Bitcoin and gold, it's not the newly mined supply that you need to be concerned with. It's the existing stock. And the question you need to ask is whether it sticks as the price goes up. And I've got a lot to say about that. So you got to stop saying that there's an infinite supply of gold if the gold price goes up. It's just simply not true.
Frank Giustra, thank you for that. Michael, you'll have 1 minute to rebuttal that.
I would say that there's conflict of interest between people that make their living in the gold mining business versus people that make their living or pin their hopes on gold holding. They're actually naturally enemies. And so Frank's life as a gold miner, I think, colors his view of gold. Newmont Mining and Barrick Gold are the two largest gold miners in the world I could find. I read both their annual reports to get ready for this. Newmont mined or sold 5.8 million ounces last year, and they reported 94.2 million ounces in reserves, almost 18 to 1, 18 years worth of reserves. And Barrick mined 4.76 million ounces and reported 68 million ounces in reserves. That they found 10, 15, 20 years worth of reserves. They don't have an interest in reporting more, but they don't seem like they're anywhere close to running out.
Thank you, Michael. And now we'll go to your supply question. With a total limit of 21 million issuable coins, the rate of increase in available Bitcoins is not keeping pace with the number of people keen to buy them. So the price of a Bitcoin keeps increasing.